Winning the league will remain one of the toughest things in the football competition because of the pressure it comes with all the time. And we know that when sometimes we look at the teams that usually dominate the league, win like 4 or 5 titles, we used to look at that as something like maybe it's easy to do. But now, we're looking at Arsenal, buckling it, as people will say, but I think they are actually struggling under pressure. Think about the fact that at some point they were ahead of City with 9 points, and City actually dropped points, I think, in 2 games where they pick up draws. And I remember one of the game was Nottingham Forest. And when you look at games like that, you realize that City was also not that sharp themselves, but they were putting pressure on Arsenal. Arsenal have been deemed as one of those teams that were supposed to win the league this season, and they can still do it because they are still on top with 3 points ahead until City plays Burnley midweek, which can change everything. And let me tell you what is actually going to happen if City ended up winning that game with like 2 or 3 goals. So what is going to change is City will go on top, go in weekend, this team will be level on points, and then City will be ahead with goal difference. And because Arsenal haven't actually maintained the pressure of trying to win games no matter what while they were still on top, it's going to be even more difficult for them trying to go ahead and trying to go over the line in some of the games, because what it usually happens around that period, some of the teams, they're looking at the position they find themselves in and they're looking at the games they left with, so they try by any means to try pick up points where they can and frustrate teams that will come at them. And I think that's going to be a problem for Arsenal. And then you look at those situations where Arsenal is having like a little bit of an easier run on paper, which is the dumbest thing. Sometimes we usually say that the games are easy on paper, knowing very well that in the Premier League, anything can happen. Anyone can win a game. And then you look at the City side as well. The City side, they still have a couple of stronger games that they need to play. But one of the games that I actually looked at when it comes to Arsenal was the game against West Ham. I think that will be a difficult game for them, regarding whatever they can do. Maybe they will be on form going into that game, but I think that game will be a different game for them because West Ham is fighting to get out of the relegation zone, and now they are picking up momentum of trying to win games as much as they can, not dropping too many points. And going into that game, if West Ham can't win that game, they will try by all means to get a point on that game, because I think every point to them it's actually important at this stage of the season. We are left with 5 games, and a lot of people are calling it buckling it. And Arteta has been talking a lot about the fire. And coming into the game they were playing against Man City, I will not say they played bad, but it's some of the things that sometimes you need to have clinical as the players when you are under these type of games, because I think playing City at home, it was going to be a difficult game for them. And I think I applaud Arteta trying to play Havertz on that, because I think Havertz was giving more of them and chances of like holding the ball, because they knew very well that they were not going to actually hold the ball in that match. So they needed Havertz, someone who's going to be able to play the ball, not Gyökeres, because Gyökeres is more good on the runs. He needs someone that he can run with and just push those through balls, and then he can run past. Havertz give you that kind of an extra play. So if you want to add numbers and hold the ball, Havertz is your man. So they try to do that with Havertz. And then unfortunately with Donnarumma, he's not very good when it comes to actually playing ball with his feet. He's just a proper goalkeeper. And sometimes, you know, when you're playing under Pep, you are required to actually use your feet. So that's why Kusanov didn't track Havertz run. So Havertz actually great work from him, and was able to pressure Donnarumma, and then ended up on the goal 1-1 back in the game. Going to the halftime, it was back in the game. It's kind of give them the boost. Coming back into the game, there were a period of like 10 to 20 minutes where they were just running at City, but they couldn't get something on that. I think City were so lucky at some point, the way that things were happening, the poles they were hitting, a lot of things that were happening in that game. Donnarumma again came on top as one of the biggest saves in the game that were actually defining the result today. So I think it was just one of those games where you look at Arsenal facing the pressure that they're supposed to strive under, then they are struggling. And then you find Gabriel playing with his emotion against Haaland, which is not going to help him, because Haaland is that guy again. You need to play the thing when you trying to play with the guys that you know that's maybe when they respond to it, they'll fear you. But when it comes to Haaland, it's not going to happen. So I think it was one of those things. So Arsenal as well, they need to make sure that now they win. I think now they have a pressure of they need to make sure that they win all their games, because you know City, once they smell blood, they're coming for you. And once they come for you, you will make a lot of mistakes, because sometimes they do comebacks in games that you don't even see. How did they come back to those games? So I think Arsenal right now, they are bottling it, and it's going to be a lot and lots of pressure for them. So if they can strive after this and win this one, I think this is one they can break whatever they want, because this will be the toughest league they ever won after not winning the league so many years. So I think this will be good for them. So tell me, what do you think about this Arsenal? Do you think they still have a chance to go all the way and win it? Or now it's chance for the City to go all the way and win it? Make sure that you comment below on the comment section, and then I will see you on the next one.